we'll get started. Great customer service is no accident and requires careful and deliberate coordination across every team in your organisation. Every function, every team member, and even partners outside of your organisation influence the customer experience that your customers receive every day. To get us started, raise your hand if you have contacted customer services about an issue or a question in the recent past. Recall that interaction. Was it low friction? Did you get your question or your issue resolved? While you may not remember who you spoke to, you probably remember how that interaction made you feel, and it probably influences the way you perceive that product or organisation. Customer service agents are on the front lines, providing great customer experience, and it's by no means an easy feat. That takes great insight, great customer service capabilities to provide that service. My name is Bree Wimbush, Principal Customer Solutions Manager. I'm joined today by Sadiq Khan, Worldwide Specialist Solution Architect for Amazon Connect, and Alan O'Flaherty, Solution Architect at EDF Energy. Today we're going to be discussing how Amazon Connect can help with your customer experience, your customer service agents' productivity, and also how EDF leveraged Amazon Connect to drive transformation in their business. Research is not surprising. It indicates that 83% of customers say that a good experience drives loyalty. That means great experience, great retention, good for business. By show of hands here, who knows what the reason for customer satisfaction, the number one reason for customer satisfaction? Is it having call centres that are open 24/7? Is it being able to get through to a call centre agent immediately? Well, actually, the number one reason for customer satisfaction is getting your question or issue answered the first time you call. Customers want their problems solved now, and they want them solved for good. At Amazon, we are no stranger to this problem, and we challenge ourselves every day to provide a great customer experience. On our retail store, we started with 2-day shipping and moved to next-day delivery. Across Alexa, we looked at reimagining how we could be using AI and automation in our homes. With our Just Walk Out technology, we answered the question, we answered the customer's problem of having to stand in a queue waiting to be paid, to waiting to pay for a retail store. And then at AWS, we realized that builders want to be able to build sophisticated applications without concerns about scale and hardware. So while we were designing Amazon Connect, came from a place of deep expertise and industry knowledge. We designed it so that it would be easy for customer service agents to focus on the customer, and for supervisors and managers to be able to configure that customer experience through point-and-click actions. Now, when we talk about customer experience, we can divide this into the 4 areas. The first one, omni-channel self-service and automation. How can you meet your customers where they want to be engaged, whether that is call, chat, or SMS? Self-service. Remember when we talked about customers wanting their problems to be solved now and for good? How can we provide self-service options that are easy for your customers to use so they can resolve any issues? Insights. When talking to your customer, how can we provide insights? How can we gain insights and understanding about, what those actions are, what's the sentiment, and how can we learn from that? And the fourth one, how can we help your agents with near real-time insights to help them understand your customers' problems, provide them with solutions, and help them get those issues resolved? Today, in this next 45 minutes, we'll be discussing all of these areas and how you can improve your agent productivity and ultimately give your customers a great customer experience. I'm now going to hand over to Alan, who's going to talk further about the EDF transformation.
Thanks, Bree. Hopefully you can all hear me. Many of you will already know EDF. EDF, we're Great Britain's largest energy supplier, supplying electricity and gas to over 5 million homes and businesses. We're the largest producer of zero carbon energy from our nuclear, solar and wind plants. And we're building 2 new nuclear power stations at Hinkley Point and Sizewell that will power 12 million homes. EDF Business Solutions is our large business energy supplier, supplying customers such as Royal Mail, NHS and government. We're a top 3 player in our 3 core markets, supplying electricity and gas to businesses, power purchase agreements for customers to buying power from renewable generators, and electricity metering, supplying and installing metering as a meter operator. We've got 25% of the market share by volume and over 300,000 supply meter points. In 2024, we implemented Amazon Connect as a new contact center for EDS. Having implemented our core delivery, we started to look at how Connect could allow us to improve our customer service. We identified 3 key areas we could investigate. We wanted to be able to improve visibility and insight into our calls. Our customer service quality assurance process was manual. Scaling this up would be difficult, so we wanted to look and see whether Connect could help us with that. And we wanted to be able to improve our agent experience, providing them with a simpler platform to work from. Now I'd like to take you through the steps that we took with Amazon, working backwards to solve our problems. Delivering Amazon Connect allowed us to get insight into our customer conversations, which was something that we wanted to leverage. It was a new area for us to explore and see how we could benefit. We wanted to be able to identify common trends for call reasons to help us improve customer service. We want to be able to spot emerging trends to improve our ability to react. And if we could understand the above, then that should mean that we're more proactive with our issue resolution. Our quality assurance process, as I said, was manual. Teams of agents were listening to a small number of calls per month and scoring these manually. Agents were only being evaluated on a small proportion of their calls, so we could miss good or bad calls. It wasn't easy or economical to scale this process up to higher volumes, so we wanted to consider a more technology-driven approach. Finally, we wanted to look at how we could improve our agent experience. We wanted to simplify the agent experience by having a single application for our contact channels. With a single application, we would then have the ability to create multi-skilled teams that could handle contacts on multiple channels and give us the ability to flex along with customer demand. We wanted to look at using technology to provide the agents with help in handling their calls more efficiently. And we also wanted to use data to evaluate the agent performance across all of our channels using sentiment analysis and other automated checks. Now I'd like to hand on to Sadiq, who'll take you through the next steps.
Thank you, Alan, and good afternoon, everyone. Give me a thumbs up if everybody can see us and hear me well. Brilliant. Thank you. So the challenges that Alan described were not new to us. On the contrary, these were quite common trends that we see when we work with our customers. What I want us to do now is to put these challenges into perspective and how they impact an end customer. So I want you to imagine that you are a customer who is waiting for a service engineer to visit your home to sort out an issue. They haven't arrived on time and it's getting late. You have other plans for the day. Perhaps you need to take your children to football practice. Now, if you're like me, you'll take your phone out and look for a solution. In this case, you will be looking for a customer services number. Total time, let's say you'll spend on that, 2 minutes searching for that number. Once found, you'll dial that number. Now, when you dial that number, you will be presented with an IVR. This is a DTMF-based IVR that expects you to actively listen as it presents the menu options to you. Press 1 for something, press 2 for something else. So you actively listen for a couple of minutes. Later on, you realize that the option that you are looking for is not there. So you select the catch-all option, speak to an agent, which, by the way, was the last option on the menu. Total time you spend, about 5 minutes so far. Now you're put into a queue, you're listening to some good old hold music. After a couple of minutes, an agent answers your phone. However, they have no idea why you have called them today. So they ask you. Now that makes you feel a little frustrated, but you explain the issue, that you were waiting for an engineer, they haven't come on time, you need to take your children for football practice. However, before the agent could do anything, he needs to take you through verification to ensure you are who you say you are. That eats in a few more valuable seconds. After that, they put you on hold while they manually search for a solution. Perhaps they consult their notes, which may be inconsistent or out of date. They switch between different applications. Finally, they consult their supervisor. After all that, they come back, put you off hold, and tell you that you need to be transferred to the appointments team. You're put back into the queue, listening to hold music again. After a couple of more minutes, another agent answers your phone from the appointment team. But they also don't know why you're calling. They know must be something with an appointment, but what? You explain the issue and you repeat yourself one more time. They have the right skills, they sort out the issue, apologize for the inconvenience, and perhaps they reschedule the appointment. And the contact ends, you leave a survey at the end of the contact, and the agent writes 2 minutes spent on writing after call work notes. Let's pause here. I want you to ask yourself, was this journey frictionless? Are there areas for improvement? Talking about improvement, from a supervisor and quality assurance perspective, the team employs a manual QA approach where they select a handful of contacts. That means the chances are that this call may never get selected for analysis. What does that mean for you, for your business? You may miss out on insights on agent performance and may miss out on valuable agent coaching opportunities. Now, I want all of us to put our imagination hats on and turn up our customer obsession. And let me tell you another story about another customer journey. And let's see how technology can transform the same customer experience. So let's replay the scenario in our minds. You are a customer waiting for a service engineer to visit your home. They haven't arrived on time. You need to do other things. Perhaps you need to take your children for football practice. You take your phone out. However, this time, when you take your phone out, you're not searching for a number. You're opening a text message that you received as confirmation for your appointment. There is a number listed there. You just click that, and yet it calls the number for you. No need to search online. Perhaps you save a minute doing that. Your call connects. There is an IVR. But this is a different IVR. This is a conversational IVR. It does two things. It identifies that you are the one who's calling. No need for identification and verification. Secondly, it also detects that you had an appointment today. And it simply asks you, are you calling about your appointment? You just have to say yes. Notice you did not have to actively listen through menu options. No cognitive load. You just said yes. You're put into a queue, but there is a difference. We know your intent, why you are calling this time. And we know the urgency of it as well. So, as we know your intent, we can transfer your call to the right department in the first instance. No transfers further down the line. Secondly, as we know the urgency, we can bump the priority of your call as well. So you spend less time in the queue. Moments after, an agent answers the phone. However, before you say anything, they give you a warm, personalized greeting, and they acknowledge the fact that you are calling about your appointment. You explain the issue, they sort out what the problem is. Perhaps the agent can also see the summary of your last interaction where the outcome was to book the appointment. So they have that valuable context on why the appointment was needed in the first place. So they can be more empathetic. They reschedule the appointment, the interaction ends, you leave a survey, agent doesn't spend any time writing any call wrap notes. They get that in a matter of few seconds. The summary incorporates the intent of the call, the challenge, the action, and the outcome. And let's pause again. Total time spent, about 4 minutes. If you recall, previous journey, 13 to 14 minutes, a reduction of 70%. Let's ask ourselves, is this journey frictionless? Were we able to improve? Talking about improvement, imagine from a quality assurance and supervisory perspective, instead of manually selective calls, we use GenAI to automate evaluating 100% of contacts. So all contacts, including this one, are evaluated. What does that mean for your business? You get deep insights, not just on agent analytics and performance, but never miss out on agent coaching opportunities. So, how can we achieve this? The answer lies with conversational analytics, which can give us a 360-degree view of the interaction, help us to detect common trends, and discover emerging issues, which can help us create our proactive issue resolution strategy. Let me give you an example. Let's say you get 100 customers all calling within the same hour, and everyone is complaining about their appointments. Conversational analytics allows us to detect that trend and emerging issue. You can then go and check an appointment system. Perhaps there is a glitch. Let's imagine there is. We can then optimize our self-service and agent experience. How? We can update the prompts in our IVR dynamically so that prospective customers calling about their appointment, we can tell them that there is an issue, our team is working on it. Similarly, we can alert agents in near real time as well, notifying them of the developing situation and also giving them approved messaging to use, really streamlining this process. So, this second journey, the story that I took you through, let's see how we can bring this to life and how we can use Amazon Connect to improve agents' performance, introduce conversational analytics, which was key in our second journey for all the success that we saw, and also optimize the overall performance and increase the evaluation from handful to 100% of contacts being evaluated. And if you recall, these were the challenges that Ellen described earlier. So let's begin with agent performance. Amazon Connect provides you with an out-of-the-box agent workspace, which is a single user interface that the agents can use to take contacts from different modalities. So this could be voice, SMS, web chat, WhatsApp, even emails. They don't have to switch applications, improving their productivity. The same single user interface can be used to access third-party applications. Again, no need to switch applications or contacts for the agent, reducing their cognitive load, helping them improve and making them better at the job that they do. Finally, in the same workspace, they get near real-time assistance powered by generative AI, thanks to Amazon Q in Connect, which provides them with the right information at the right time. Discussing more about agent productivity, reducing the time they spend writing notes can impact their productivity and performance. Recall both journeys. Journey 1, agent manually wrote notes. Journey 2, they received GenAI-powered notes in a matter of a few seconds, which incorporated the context, why they called, what was the action, what was the outcome. It solves two key challenges. Number one, It provides us with a consistent notes throughout the organization. No longer do we have to rely on agent writing styles, which can vary from one person to another. Secondly, it can really help us handle and improve the way we handle our repeat calls. Recall the second journey, where we were able to display the summary of their last interaction, giving that valuable context to the agent. On to the next challenge around conversational analytics that can provide us with business insights to optimize the contact center. Contact Lens allows us to detect common trends, discover emerging issues, and create our proactive issue resolution strategy. Recall the example that I gave about 100 customers all calling within the same hour, complaining about their appointments. Similarly, it can allow us to leverage generative AI to automate 100%, increasing our QA coverage and performance evaluation. Contact Lens provides us with a 360-degree view of the contact, enriching the existing contact record with things like the GenAI-powered post-contact summarization, as we just discussed, conversational analytics, which can provide us with insights on the customer and agent sentiment. It also provides agent screen recording that can help us map the actions the agent took with the interaction in order to discover any gaps in training. We have the transcript, call category, and highlights such as the issue, action, and outcome all in the same place, alongside performance evaluation data, giving supervisors easy access to the data. To fully assess how a customer's interaction went on, we have to consider both the IVR and the agent interaction sides of the story. Recall in both examples that I gave. In the first example, it was DTMF-led, a lot of cognitive load on you. In the second example, it was more conversational, has an impact on your journey. Contact Lens provide both the agent interaction and the IVR portion alongside each other, giving you a full view of the contact. Theme detection can allow us to discover previously unknown emerging trends using AI/ML. The report that you see in front of you is actually a report that we ran with a customer. Running this report, in a matter of a few minutes, we were able to find that in the last 3,000 contacts, most of the customers, 823 to be exact, were calling about just checking their account balance. Almost instantly were we able to understand the trend and create a proactive issue resolution strategy by offering this inside the IVR, reducing the agent workload by almost 25%. Now, I would like to bring and invite Alan back on stage so that he can share with you how we use this tech and the tools to transform agent productivity at EDF Energy.
Thanks, Sadiq. Now I'll take you through a few steps that we took to achieve these goals. So for the EDF implementation, we chose the Connect Agent workspace to deliver us a consistent agent experience across all of our channels, which simplified the delivery and training. Once this had been rolled out to all our agents, we then looked at how we could use Connect to address the challenges that we identified earlier. Contact Lens was enabled to provide us with a conversational analytics solution, which gave us insight to calls straight out of the box. For performance evaluation, we created evaluation reports using rules to score key agent performance metrics, allowing us to score all calls. This increased our call coverage to 100%. We then added the post-call summarization to the agent workspace when it became available to help provide a summary to agents in their call notes. I'll take you through a few steps in our architecture deployment. So initially, we deployed the core Connect platform using the agent workspace and built our IVR call flows. We then completed our integration with our key EDF services, single sign-on, our data lake, and our card payment solution. We built some bespoke functionality using AWS native services, for example, our emergency IVR service. And finally, over 60 phone numbers were ported onto Connect. Once we completed this delivery, we could now move on to our proof of concept. So, for conversational analytics, we added further features on Contact Lens to support this. We added sentiment analysis, themes reporting, and contact categorization so that we could understand more about the calls we were receiving. Moving on to the performance evaluations, we created a set of rules in Contact Lens to measure key performance metrics. For example, did our agents ask the data protection questions? Or did they ask permission before putting a customer on hold? Once we created these rules, we could then create evaluation forms that would automatically score all of these contacts. Moving on to the agent experience, with voice and chat both being handled via Connect, the agent workspace provided that single platform for agents to handle it. Managers could make changes to routing profiles to enable callers to move between calls and chat as needed. And when post-call summarization became available, we enabled this on the agent workspace to give them their call summaries, saving time in their after-call work. What could the next steps be on our Connect journey? We could use Amazon Q and Connect to provide real-time optimization and real-time assistance to an agent by listening in on the call and prompting the agent with assistance from our own knowledge repositories. Or we could use step-by-step guides to help guide agents through complex processes. As part of the proof of concept, we set up some success criteria. We wanted to deliver that single application for our agents. We wanted to increase our evaluation rate to 100%. We wanted to reduce our after-call work time by 10%. We wanted to gain insights into our contacts and interactions. And we wanted to be able to categorize 100% of our contacts. So how did we do? The proof of concept was a success. We had an initial delivery of 4 months. This was 2 months to build and configure the platform, and then another 2 months to roll out to 400 agents, including our number porting. We reduced our average speed of answer by 63% by introducing multi-skilled teams that could handle the voice and chat and allowing the managers to move calls as they needed. This also had a benefit in reducing our abandoned call time by 38%, as customers weren't having to wait in a queue. Introduction of the post-call summary reduced our after-call work time by 23%. And increasing our performance evaluations to 100% meant that we've now got more data that we can use to target our manual process more effectively. Finally, on a cost comparison, we were seeing savings of 35% from moving to Amazon's Connect pay-per-use model. What do our business users and agents think of it? Agents like the single application. Managers have the reporting at their fingertips and the ability to act on that in real time. The Connect platform was simple, easy to configure, build and maintain. And the functionality that we get out of the box allowed us to meet our fixed deadline. Connect also delivers us a set of innovative new tools, such as Contact Lens, to help us further improve our customer processes. We also found the platform is flexible, allowing us to make changes as and when we need them. And if we need to build additional functionality, we can use AWS native services to build those elements using our in-house software teams. Now I'd like to hand back to Sadiq and take you through some more steps.
Thank you, Alan. Great results. As we stand at this juncture, we acknowledge that there are more transformative and exciting times ahead. What I want to do now is to share our exciting roadmap that we have with our valued customer, EDF Energy, that comprises of 4 key work streams. Number 1, we are expanding the number of channels that EDF Energy's end customer can contact them on by incorporating channels such as email, SMS, and WhatsApp. Now, as we expand, thanks to the omni-channel nature of Amazon Connect, we are ensuring the benefits and the results that Alan shared for voice and web chat are also inherited and enjoyed on these 3 new expansions as well. Workstream number 2, we are going to transform the way agents leverage generative AI by giving them access to Amazon Q Connect inside the out-of-the-box agent workspace. You may recall, as mentioned earlier, Amazon Connect provides the agents with the right information at the right time. Let me explain how Amazon Q Connect works. Amazon Q Connect works in conjunction with Contact Lens. As Contact Lens listens to the call in the background and transcribes the interaction, it takes the customer utterance part of that interaction and supplies that to Amazon Q Connect. Amazon Q Connect then detects the intent of the customer of why they are contacting us. Once detected, it then searches for an answer in thousands of knowledge articles that you supply to it. Once the answer is found, it then synthesizes and generates a recommendation using GenAI, and then displays that recommendation to the agent, all in near real time. The agents can then use that recommendation to answer the customer's query. Moreover, it also provides the knowledge articles links to the agents as well, giving them easy access to those articles. Furthermore, agents can also use Q Connect to manually search for answers as when they see fit. Next, we are transforming the way end customers access generative AI as well by giving them access to Amazon Q Connect inside the IVR so that they can access the information that they need, such as frequently asked questions, themselves, giving them a purely GenAI-powered self-service experience, streamlining the process. Workstream number 4, we are revolutionizing the way we can create conversational analytics rules. Amazon Connect provides GenAI-powered contact categorization. Categorizing a contact is key for conversational analytics that drives so much success. Using GenAI-powered contact categorizations, customers like EDF can use natural language to create such rules. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want to capture all occurrences of customers when they contact your business, all occurrences that when customer expresses dissatisfaction due to a engineer appointment being missed. Very context-specific scenario. The legacy way of creating such a contact categorization rule would mean that you will have to enter hundreds of exact words or phrases, regex, pattern matches that a customer may say. With GenAI-powered contact categorization, you can use natural language, a single sentence such as, the customer contacted because the engineer did not visit the appointment time or didn't make the appointment time and they expressed dissatisfaction. And that's it. All the heavy lifting is done by the GenAI model behind the scenes. Now, I would like to invite Bree back on stage so that she can share with you some next steps that you can take in order to transform your business and agent productivity with Amazon Connect.
Thanks, Sadiq. So I hope that all that we've spoken about today has helped you to think about your customer experience and customer experience journey differently today. Now, getting started, if this is the beginning of your journey, there's a number of ways that we can assist to help you on this journey. So, starting with training and certification, EDF didn't have Amazon Connect skills when they started this journey. They were able to upskill within a few months in order to build that call center transformation journey. So the Skills Builder app contains not just training, but development, workshops, and discussion boards that you can learn from. AWS partners, if you are not comfortable building your own call center, we have certified AWS partners who can help you in that space. Our professional services. So when EDF started this journey, they had a 2-day workshop with professional services to spend time discussing what that customer experience journey was going to look like and to consider all of the different elements of it to make sure that they had considered all facets of their migration. And then we've got the Learning from Amazon Customer Service series. So these is a series of presentations where Amazon.com talks about their experience, in this case, customer service. So this presentation is around how Amazon.com handle their customer service. We've also got the Migration Acceleration Program, which is about leveraging our methodology and financial incentives to accelerate your migration. And we've also got AWS support. If you're an AWS customer with enterprise support, there's a program where we proactively review your workloads and to create run books to make sure that for your go live, everything runs smoothly. So this is a lot of ways that we can help you get started, but actually Amazon Connect is one of these great services where you can just start and learn on the go. So when you can set up Amazon Connect call center and just start, right? So listen to your customers, figure out what it is that they want, figure out your scope as a result. What do you want to start to implement to improve the experience for your customers? Define success. What are those key measurable factors that you can start to measure when you start to deploy it? And then deploy it, and then pilot. Make sure that you're learning those lessons. Make sure that you're able to record those KPIs and figure out what you're doing, and then iterate what worked well, what didn't work well. The great thing about Amazon Connect is it's a platform that you can build on. You can add in analytics and call sentiment. You can add in web chat, emails, social media. And if it's not working, you can turn it off, try again, try something new. So as we were saying before, this is the Skill Builder website, and you can join that for free, and it allows you to access all of the AWS training. So I hope that you've enjoyed hearing about the EDF customer journey today. We've talked about how customer experience is important, and the number one driver of customer experience is getting those questions answered on the first try. We've talked about the challenges that EDF had around getting that unified view for all of their agents. We've talked about how you can get a unified view that shows all of your different channels in the one place. We've talked about the ways that you can use Q for Connect to provide real-time insight to your agents. We've talked about Contact Lens and how EDF were able to use that to get insights out of their agents and also reduce that after-call work. And we've talked about the ways that you can get started today. So thank you very much for joining us today. We hope that you have learned something. If you could, we hope that this has inspired you to start your customer experience journey, and we look forward to seeing you guys up on stage next year to talk about your Amazon Connect journey. So thank you very much.